It is the popular saying that a healthy society is a wealthy one. On the Great Mind program, medical experts are available to provide solutions to various health challenges. You desire greatness in life. Successful men and women in the society are available on the Great Mind program to reveal to you the secrets to their greatness. The Great Mind of Nancy Oshogbo is a watch for all. Meet me on the program every Sunday between 3:30 and 4 p.m. Happy Sunday to you all our viewers at home. This is another wonderful moment with me, Paula Olayode, on the program The Great Mind, the program that informs you and I on how to take care of our health and also reveals the secret to the true and lasting success. The personality we are celebrating on the program this week is Alhaji Liat Taylor, former Chairman, Board of Directors of Osun State Broadcasting Corporation and an accomplished journalist. Meanwhile, on the health segment being sponsored by Osun Health Insurance Agency, we are unveiling to you the juicy packages the agency has in stock for the people of Osun State in this year 2021. Osun Health Insurance Agency is an organization with a vision to be a world-class healthcare services provider, making all the residents in Osun State to have access to quality healthcare without fears. As the sensitive and effective leaders must acknowledge the fact that to achieve great success, such leaders must understand that they probably don't have monopoly of knowledge. In realization of this fact, Osun Health Insurance Agency usually holds meetings with the stakeholders on quarterly basis to review the activities of the agency. More so, dynamic leaders must be conscious of the fact that real leadership involves getting along, working with, and getting maximum production, as the goals of the organization must be combined with the goals of the individuals. Osun Health Insurance Agency is recording huge success in the realization of the objectives of the organization, which include easy access of every resident in Osun State to effective, quality, and affordable healthcare services, and protecting families from financial hardship of huge medical bills, as well as containing the cost of healthcare services to attain efficiency. Osun Health Insurance Agency is effective and efficient because the agency puts people first. The well-being of the people of Osun State is paramount to Governor Adegboyega Oyetola and the Board of Directors of Osun Health Insurance Agency. Chairman Honorable Adeoye Adelakun speaks on the activities of the agency.
Going forward in the new year, we are wanted to actually increase our reach in the informal sector, because the informal sector is normal because the salaries are deducted at source. But the informal sectors, unless they appreciate it, the value they are going to get from it, they can't be involved. And since people are really talking good about the scheme and they have good things to say that has happened on the scheme, we need to let people know what they are capable of getting if they are part and parcel of the scheme. So we have actually tried to rev up our advocacy such that we will reach more people in the informal sector to be part and parcel of the scheme, such that the mind of Mr. Governor, because he's passionate about the health of the people, and that is why he is supporting the program such that it can succeed. So we are particularly reaching out to more people to be part and parcel of the program. And I believe that by the end of this year, there are more that will be in the net of the insurance scheme that will enjoy better health patronage through the scheme.
The Executive Secretary, Board of Directors of Osun Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Adeniyi Ogeni, unfolds the plans of the agency for the year 2021.
Year 2021, our plan is to ensure that we carry out vigorous marketing to the informal sector. You can see that we don't have issues with the formal sector. The informal sector, Iyaloja, Olokada, NURTW, Hairdressers Association, all of those, that's where we want to community penetration. We have received so many proposals now which we are working on. We want people to comb every nook and cranny on a one-to-one basis now, not just one-on-one. House to house, one-on-one, people talking about Osun Health Insurance Scheme. People who are benefited from the scheme will be, recruited by some of the, we have so many wonderful submissions in proposals, and then our board has given permission, given approval for us to engage those people so that they can embark on accelerated marketing and enrollment of the informal sector population, because that is where the real money is. That is where sustainability is. The more informal sector people were able to bring into the scheme, the better for the future of the scheme. So this year, 2021, as decided after the annual performance review retreat which we had in Ada in January, and then as approved by the board, the governing board of OSHA, we are embarking on accelerated marketing and publicity of this scheme to the informal sector with a view to bringing in as many of the informal sector participants as possible, because the statistics show that more than 70% of the population belong to the informal sector. So if we can catch only half of the 70%, that means we have about 35% of the entire population coming into the health insurance scheme, aside from the civil servants. That would be a huge population. And then if you go by the premium of 12,066 naira, that would be a huge amount of money put in one basket from which we can take care of everybody. That is what health insurance is all about. So our focus is on accelerated informal sector enrollment for the year 2021.
Dr. Adebisi Olariwe, Director, Planning, Research and Statistics, Department, Osun Health Insurance Agency, has this to say about his department.
We are to monitor the healthcare provider in terms of their activities. Are they actually performing what is expected of them? So we move from one place to another to actually do the monitoring and evaluation to make sure that our patients are being taken care of, and that most of the time we talk about the percentage that is supposed to be collected from them. That is 10% of the drug administered. We want to go around and see that people are not exploiting people in terms of saying go and buy this, go and buy that, go and buy this, go and buy that. So my office here, which is in charge of monitoring and evaluation, we move around from one hospital to another. Not only monitoring the healthcare provider, we also monitor the HMOs, those people that are the intermediary between the healthcare provider and us. So we monitor them so that each time there is anything in terms of referral, that they have to they have to take a authorization code from the HMO before you can transfer a patient from one place to another for a secondary care. In terms of maybe a patient was in one hospital and that hospital has no the facility to take care of that patient, or it may has the facility but personnel that are not capable of attending to patient in terms of maybe sometimes surgery. So when they are about to refer the patient to another hospital, there should be a code that will actually be generated by the HMO to actually push the patient to another section for care. So we monitor all those things together with the Department of Standard Quality Assurance. But everything that they are doing in that hospital, we actually look into it so that they don't run foul of what they our operational guideline. So we have to follow that one. Also, we have what we call supportive supervision. It's also being carried out in my department here. Supportive supervision in that we want to go around again and see that the first accreditation, which is the baseline, you have maybe 2 nurses and there's no doctor, and we inform you that there's no way we can work with us in your health facility without a doctor and enough sizable number of nurses. And at the same time, the chew must be there, the cleaner must be there, everything must be there. But for the baseline, we agree, give you a professional accreditation. But subsequently, after 3 to 6 months, we have to go there and see. From the money we have been pushing to you, were you able to improve? Initially, when we came, there's no generator. Or we push a huge amount of money to you monthly. Is that for capitation or fee for service? But not all this amount you are utilizing for health care. For people, the percentage that will access health care will be around 30%. So the remaining 70%, that is their own money, what are you using it for? It's for what? For infrastructure, improving the infrastructure, personnel, equipment, and the likes. So we monitor them based on that. That is what we have on the supportive supervision. That is also one of our functions.
Dr. Shino Ibalayi is the Director, Standard Quality Assurance Department, Osun Health Insurance Agency.
The advantages of getting enrolled or getting on board Osun Health Insurance is to reduce financial hardship. It's also to reduce out-of-pocket expenses. From all of the things that I've mentioned, and even from our benefit package, all you need to do, you need to pay that will take care of the preventive, the promotive, and curative aspect of our management is the fact that you only need to pay 10% of drug costs. That is where drugs are involved. For investigations, they are covered. For counseling, medical screening, they are covered. And then by the time you pay 10% of drug costs, you can imagine what we are talking about. If the drugs being given is about 10,000, you only need to pay 1,000. If the drugs given is 1,000, you only need to pay 100 naira. So it's important. And of course, this would help you and the family, and it will not amount to creating unnecessary hardship on the family members.
Farm Olazo Komisumonu, the Director of Programs, explains the readiness of the agency in ensuring huge enrollment from informal sector to save the residents of the state from huge medical bills.
The objective, is to coordinate operational activities of the agency. I am saddled with the responsibility of 5 core areas, as you can see. Yes, the enrollment of the informal sector. When we say the informal sector, that is the biggest sector of the economy. This matter is saddled with the sensitization and enrollment of the informal sector of the economy. At the same time, another arm is sensitization and enrollment of the formal sector. And by today, I can assure you that we are almost 90% gone with the formal sector in Osun State. The major objective for this year, 2021, is to face the informal sector. The major purpose is to save people from catastrophic spending.
Mr. Arobolo Eluyemi, the Director, Administration and Supply, also unveils the activities of the Department under Osun Health Insurance Agency for the year 2021.
This department deals with appointment, promotion, and discipline. Basically, the woman taking care of the human resources of the agency. And the supply aspect of it, they'll deal with basically the procurement aspect of the agency. We do the due diligence in the area of procurement of goods and services, and taking into consideration and tandem with the public procurement law and financial regulation and public service law. also we used to say that National Insurance Agency is quasi-private agency because we deal with both public and the private sectors, and that is why the way we work here is a little bit different. The way other civil servants are working, always is flying, and we thank God for that. Because it's because of our proactiveness and the kind of good leadership that we have. The governing board chairman and the executive secretary, person of Dr. Samuel Adele is the one that laid the foundation, and that is the foundation we are following. The core value of the agency, we are following it to the letter, and that is why we are doing well to the glory of God.
Osun Health Insurance Agency is getting things done through people and recording huge success in making residents of Osun State to have access to quality healthcare services without tears. Every resident in the state should strive to enroll with the agency to enjoy the benefits accrued to enrollees. As I said earlier, on this segment where we celebrate the achievers of our time, the personality we are celebrating this week is Alhaji Liat Tella, an accomplished journalist. This is Tella's compound in Iwo, Osun State. It is the origin of late Abdurrafiu Isa Tella, father of Liadi Tella. The mother of Liadi Tella is from this compound, Olukotun's compound. She is the daughter of Akimoyero, a famous family in Iwo land. Liat Tella, who started his elementary education at AUD Primary School at Bobo, makes this revelation about his childhood.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Beginning was technically rough, tough, despite the fact that my father would describe in every sense of it as upper middle class. I am the first surviving male son after 9 others have come and gone. My mother is the fourth wife of my father, and I'm the fourth child of my mother. Being the fourth child, being the fourth wife, created a lot of challenges for me at birth. They had to be taken away from my father's compound in Iwo to a village called Olukotun on Oyo Ibadan Road, popularly known in Iwo as Okioba. After those 3 months of life in my father's compound, I was at Okioba until I was about 8 to 9 years old. I cannot say precisely how long. But I knew that I was carrying a kerosene tin of corn meant to be grounded from Olukotun to Idiaraba, a distance of about 3 kilometers. Almost every other day to my grandmother, whom I lived with then. So for somebody to be able to do that kind of laborious job, he cannot be less than 8 years of age. I left the village a little bit above after 8 to begin my primary education at AUD Primary School at Bobo. There, I interfaced with Quranic school in the evening.
from 4 o'clock to Maghrib, which is 7 o'clock, on a daily basis. I played football for my primary school. In 1961, I was in the school football team. In 1960-61, 2 years. Before I left for Akure, when my father's business moved to Akure. I finished my primary education after losing 1 year in 1963 at Muslim Primary School. I was technically a butcher. My father was a butcher. I followed him to the market immediately after my school period and helped him to hawk meat in Akure Township. I also had Quranic education in Akure. After my primary education, I went to Delasa Secondary School for 2 years, where I also played football for my school. At Muslim school, I also played football. I was a private in Muslim school. And I left for the grammar school in 1966. I was at the Federal Grammar School, Osogbo. 1970, I was guest prefect at the Federal Grammar School, as well as dormitory prefect, holding 2 portfolios together. For the first time in the history of the school, when a single person will hold 2 prefectorial portfolios. I was also the school football captain. They call me speaker, skipper bullet. Also the power of the shot that I could gather at that time. After, in my school at class, I lost my father. When growing up, I became something that was very, very challenging again.
These good leadership traits of perseverance, endurance, hard work, and honesty have been discovered in Liat Tella right from his childhood. His mother and his teacher, Prince Usolale Oguntono, attest to this.
And I love him personally. He was gentle, easygoing, and very quiet. So I like him.
Nígbà tó wà ní kékeré tí mo tọ́jú ẹ̀, Ọlọ́run ṣe ní ọmọ tẹnu ká. Bá pé má lọ báyìí o, bá pé má ṣe yìí o, kò ní í ṣe. Ọlọ́run pé tẹnu ọkà. Ṣe pé gbogbo tí bá tiẹ̀ ti pé o gbọ́dọ̀ sí. Èdè bí ó dé, kò ní í ṣe. Òṣìṣẹ́ tẹ̀yìn ọ̀ràn tí àjẹ́ tó bá lọ ilé ìwé tó bá dé nǹkan tí ń bá rí fún ọ jẹ tó bá ti jẹ tán ìwé tó gbélẹ̀ yóò gbé tírà ó lọ ilé ìkéwì wọn bá dalé tó darí ilé ìkéwì yóò tó dé eré ṣíṣe bọ́ọ̀lù gbígbá òdìlọ́nà ilé ìwé òdìlọ́nà ilé ìkéwì gbogbo ẹ̀ ló fojú sí Ọlọ́run sì bá ń fojú ẹ̀ sí Ọlọ́run pé kó jẹ jà lórí ẹ̀ ọjọ́ òjẹ́ ìdúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run lórí ẹ̀.
He attended Ifeoluwa Grammar School, Osogbo. Having completed his secondary education, he worked with ordinary level certificate before he had the opportunity to proceed to University of Ibadan in pursuit of his academical career. Mr. Laoye Adiat was the headmaster when Alhaji Liat Tella was a teacher.
Alhaji Liat Tella then was one of my teachers, school teachers. He's a very hard-working teacher. He's a brilliant teacher. Some people in the school, some other teachers, lazy ones, they don't like him at all because he's a hard-working man and he's very industrious. I really rely on him, even when I'm not in school.
Having graduated from University of Ibadan, his entrance into journalism during his service year as a copper was purely by divine arrangement.
I gained admission to the University of Ibadan, where initially I was admitted to read Islamic studies and philosophy, and later I changed to read politics, political science. I graduated with BSc Honours Political Science from class lower, and proceeded for the NYSC in Lagos. I never wanted to do my NYSC anywhere except Kano. I loved going to the north. I cherished going to the north. I fought for it. I went to the NYSC to demand that I be posted to the north. And it was good for me that the NYSC considered that I should be posted to the north at a time when most people would like to be posted to Lagos, but another area. I mean, those who are Yoruba, I demanded to go to the north, and they were very pleased. Without any country. Yeah?
What was the reason for that?
I have so many friends in the Muslim community who are northerners, and I enjoyed my relationship with them. Unfortunately, or fortunately, as the case may be, as it came to be, I was posted to Lagos instead of Kano. One of the people looked at me straight in the face and said the government did not make a mistake to have posted me to Lagos. The government of Nigeria wants you to experience as a leader of tomorrow the challenges in Lagos. So young man, no to your request for transfer to Kano. Stay in Lagos and learn about the problem of Lagos so that when you grow up, you be able to solve the problem. That was the end of my dream, to go and serve in Kano. And there I was posted to the Daily Times to serve. So by providential arrangement, I became a journalist. Take my training in journalism and this type of journalism to where I became a journalist. And before I even left the training school, I started writing for the Daily Times, news and whatnot. So at the time I was doing my NYSC certificate, I was equally collecting my diploma in journalism. I had two certificates together at the same time in 1979.
Alhaji Liat Tella is a man of many paths. He is an accomplished journalist. He is a political activist. He was once chairman, board of directors, Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, chairman, Pilgrim Welfare Board, Osun State, commissioner, National Hajj Commission. As he is an Islamic scholar, he is also a community leader. As I always say on this program, that with diligence, endurance, perseverance, and hard work, you and I can attain any height granted for the grace of God. With that, we are ending this week's edition of the program. Next Sunday is another date, God willing. Till then, stay blessed.